Bladesmiths, welcome to the Forge. In this first round of competition, you'll be using this.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Gentlemen, you'll harvest the steel that you need from this cannon. There's everything from cast iron to high-carbon steel. It's your job and part of this challenge to figure out what's usable and what's not. Your 3-hour forge time starts now.
This cannon's got me nervous because of what's hardenable steel. I'm looking at it, and I don't even know where to attack it from. I'm terrified.
The way I'm going to find the high carbon is basically experience. Axles are usually high carbon. High carbon steel will give a bright, curly spark. So we knew we were good.
So we found out that the axle for the cannon is high carbon spring steel, which is a great blade making material. On a lot of early fighting knives, they would have a section of brass on the spine of the knife. So I decided to add the mild steel spoke from the wheel of the cannon and combine these two different types of steel to meet the parameters of the blade build.
4 bladesmiths competing against each other, and we have to also work together? Ooh.
Why are we even doing this? We can just take one of these rods and just put it on the high-carbon steel axle, and that'll count. Those tiny, thin little spokes satisfy the same requirement as this 2.5-inch thick cannon bore.
That's up to you. I'm just getting a solid piece of steel.
All right, I'm gonna do that because this is wasting
All right.
too much time.
That's all right.
Is that high carbon?
No, I don't think so, but it would be a perfect thing to use for sand mine.
We're doing sand mine because it's going to be the fastest and easiest way to incorporate this mild steel into this blade.
So Bob's trying to set his weld right now.
Well, that sucks.
This is not going the way I planned. I've got a camel hump, and I have to do something with it. I'm freaking out.
Daniel is the only one of our smiths that has welded anything together so far.
I'm using this spoke because it's the perfect size for the spine of my knife, and then I'm gonna rock on with my forging.
My blade has to include both high-carbon and mild steel. So my spoke is gonna be right around the transition from the handle to the blade. Try and have it hard whenever I get to it.
I just had to throw away my ideas for doing like a really pretty sand my, and I'm just doing a sand maybe.
A sand maybe. Daniel's got a clear lead. He's way ahead of everybody else.
I'm at the point now to where I can go ahead and harden the blade.
Daniel has quenched with 1 hour and 16 minutes left on the clock.
First thing I see is a crack about midway down the blade, right on the cutting edge. I thought maybe I could grind this thing out, so I keep cleaning the cutting edge up, and there's 2 more cracks right on the cutting edge.
What the is happening right now?
Did Daniel abandon his blade?
The last thing on the planet that I want to do right now is start all over again.
I don't know why you would start working on something else with 1 hour left in this competition.
I have no options. I have to start over. I got a long ways to go and a short time to get there. I'm gonna do everything I can to catch up.
The way I'm feeling, I want to puke right now. I don't know what this blade's going to do. I don't know if it's going to shatter when I put it in this oil.
And here we go.
All right, Bob's in the quench oil.
No
Quench with
thermocycling.
No thermocycling.
Hopefully he's got a fine grain in there somehow.
I don't hear any pings. I let it get cooled down enough. I pull it out. I have no warp.
We are golden. All right.
I make knives, same reason people drink beer. They like to do it.
Oh, metal on the floor.
You gotta be like a phoenix out here. You know, sometimes you get broken, but you gotta rise up. You don't wanna be in the ash. You wanna be a majestic bird. So it's time to shake off that ash. It's time to be forged in fire. So after that pep talk, I still don't know what the I'm gonna do.
30 minutes! Give him the old razzle-dazzle.
We got the fire coming out. Everybody's like, oh, what's happening over here? Woo! I'm like, you know what's happening. Forging in fire out here. I love it. It's great.
Woo! All right.
Wow, that's quite a crossguard. Oh no, that's not gonna fit in the forge.
So if this mild steel does not stick, I've not fulfilled the parameters. I've not joined it with the high-carbon steel, and I'll be disqualified.
20 minutes!
This second blade isn't nearly as refined as the first one, but if I can get this thing quenched and get to the grinder for at least 3 or 4 minutes, I feel like I might have a chance to make it through the second round. It's not as hard as I want it to be, but not every tool steel is as hard as a file. So We're moving on to the grinder.
Jesse still has yet to quench.
The guard looks awful. It's just this fused wreck. You can't even see what's what.
15 seconds!
I need to quench my blade.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bladesmiths, shut down your machines, drop your tools. This forging round is over. All right, Bladesmiths, the judges have a final decision to make about who moves on into the next round, which means they need to go into deliberation. So while they do that, I'm gonna have you leave your blades on this table and step off the forge floor.
Good times, huh, guys?
Our bladesmiths have turned in their weapons. Let's take a closer look at the details. We'll start with Bob.
Nice profile. Looks like a nice chopper. I mean, it's nice to know that you can put two metals, make it work. He has one piece over here, another piece, and they came together right here. Feels good already.
I like that curve. I'm kind of jealous. Should have put a curve in mine, I feel like.
Yeah, I meant to do that, sure.
Let's move on to our next bladesmith, and that is Daniel.
He's got just enough tang here to make a handle work. But I think once he takes some of the material out of this blade, make a good chopper. I mean, it's a good shape.
For a 30-minute blade, it ain't bad, I guess.
All right, let's move on to our next bladesmith, and that is Jesse.
This thing weighs a ton. I mean, there's a lot of steel here. It is perfectly rectangular. It's as if it were a bar stock. The welding is very rough, and the guard itself is shaped poorly. I can't get my finger underneath it, and the handle is huge. But, you know, you got to commend him for turning something in.
All right, moving on to our last bladesmith, Colin.
At the spine, there is a slight warp. The pieces of mild he put on the side, you can still see the welds, but hopefully with some refining and grinding, those will go away and it'll look better. My big issue is this handle. It's just tiny.
Ugh, they're looking at the handle.
Judges, have you made your final decision?
Yes, I have.
Dave?
Yep.
Ben?
Yep.
Let's go tell our smiths. Bladesmiths, the judges have completed their deliberation and they've made a final decision. The bladesmith leaving the forge. Jesse, your blade did not make the cut. Doug Marcotte is going to tell you why.
Jesse, I hope you take from this experience to continue on because the world awaits for your work. But at the end of the day, your blade was the least finished, and that's the reason we're sending you home.
Jesse, please surrender your blade.
Of the 4 blades, mine was the most unfinished. The big lesson that I learned here is time management. Don't give up, but don't cling to that sinking ship. I mean, I grabbed 15 pounds of steel when I needed 3. My inexperience was my downfall.